hello, and welcome back to another episode on the Hardcore series. If you've been following for a while, you might notice things look a little bit different on this episode. It's been a while since I've had the 117 HD plugin turned on my RuneLight. I had it on for the first couple of episodes of the series, but I turned it off quickly because my game just kept crashing because my old computer couldn't handle it. If you're paying attention, I did say old computer, so I built myself a new computer the other week, and I'm excited to finally be playing RuneScape with HD graphics again, if you can really call it that. But either way, it seems to be working fine, but here in these first few clips, you'll see that I'm just focusing on some skilling grinds, as well as getting one of the notable things here at the beginning. I am getting the Family Pest mini quest out of the way, because since I'm going to be training skilling, I wanted to do some gold bars, so I got the smelting gauntlets. But other than that, most of these video clips here at the beginning are just to kind of show off the new graphics I'm playing with, that most all of you probably are playing with if you prefer that way. But I'm just getting with the times now that I have a new computer. Also, I would like to kind of talk about the fact that the videos are a little less frequent right now. Things are quite crazy in my life. Just going back to school. Yes, I'm probably as old as you think I am, and I am still going to school, but we are almost done. But yeah, school's back on, and there's a lot of other stuff going on in life that has just been making my schedule just super, super busy. All good things, but things that still take away from the RuneScape time. So I think for the time being, I'm unfortunately going to have to go to a 2-week upload cycle. If we have any slow weeks in between that I can upload weekly again, I will do my best, but right now I just know that my schedule is going to be super busy. I forgot to mention another reason why we're starting out with a bunch of different random skilling grinds is because I just wanted to really test out the 117 HD for a bit before I jumped into anything that I could potentially die at, just in case I did keep having the crashing issues. But this whole episode, I didn't have any issues, so fingers crossed we should be good and able to use 117 HD finally from here on out. Last thing I want to bring up before ending this little montage here is the beginning of this episode. We start this episode off with some questing, and specifically I am starting off finishing the last few intermediate quests that are on my quest log. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to the questing. We just made a bunch of dynamite to get up our Lovakenge favor. I think while unlocking the minecart system and doing the Forsaken Tower, we should get up to 100. If not, we'll be very close. So we're going to go do both of those. There's Forsaken Tower done. Another very easy quest. Should also be 10% more. Yeah, I don't need that. 10% more favor here, and let's go unlock the minecart network. That also was the last part of our Curtis memoirs, so we can now use this to teleport wherever we want, so that's nice. This is the last of the minecart network unlocked, which is going to be awesome just for getting around this giant island a lot quicker, and also that got us up to 100%. So only 2 left, and we're basically done with all the requirements for this island, really. Okay, there that is, Garden of Death. 10k experience gets me 1 more farming level. What lies below complete? That is the last of my intermediate quests, so on to the experienced? Yeah, experienced quests. And then, of course, there's the Grandmasters. Oh yeah, can't forget about these either. A lot of red here at the bottom of the charts. With all of the intermediate quests out of the way, I feel like I have a little bit of motivation again to come back and get some more dragons killed, so maybe we'll get to like 70 strength and see how many bones that gets us. There's the first hard clue scroll of the grind. Oh, that's so nice. We have a hard clue scroll that's bringing us back here, and since we got 71 agility already, we can use this every time we get this clue step from now on out, so that is great. I just realized though it's a Saradomin wizard and I'm not really properly geared for him, but should be fine. We are on the final step of this hard clue, so let's see what we get. Oh, that's my first blessing actually. We've been pretty dry on the blessings, so I'm happy to have at least one of them. All right. Well, we got 70 strength and also 87 combat, so let's see how many dragon bones we got. Where are they? 253 dragon bones, so that's a pretty good chunk out of what we have left, like roughly 20% maybe of the amount I still have to get up to 70. So now also I've been collecting all of the green dragonhide leather, so I'm going to take a little break and do a crafting grind. I know a lot of times people will leave the dragonhide behind when they're doing these prayer grinds, but I hate doing the molten glass grind so much, and especially when I'm out in the wilderness. I get like 20 kills when I'm out there, and by that time I want to leave anyways. So I take every single one I can get, because I will take every crafting level possible where I won't have to molten glass. I feel like with how many I have right now in my inventory, not even saying how much I'll have by the time I get to 70 prayer, I'll have probably 60 crafting banked right now, and then maybe a few more once we get all the way to 70 prayer, so for me, that's a win. We just finished up the last of the green dragonhide vambraces, and I was wrong, it didn't quite get us to 60, but we are at 59, so not too far off. I think now I'm going to go do these 250 dragon bones, see where that gets us. This is our last load of bones, and it is just enough to get us to 65 prayer. 5 more levels. For now, we're going to go and do a little bit of Slayer, though. Well, unless we get a really exciting Slayer task here, I think I'm going to switch it up and start doing some more quests again after this, starting with Devious Mines, mainly because it is the first one I saw on the experience list that I have left. So, unless we get like cave horrors or something like that right now, come on. Steel, ooh, definitely not doing those right now. So, let's go do some Devious Mines. Devious Mines done. That one was very easy. I think it might be time to go do Fairy Tale Part 2 finally. So really the riskiest part of this entire quest is just getting our Gorak claws, and as soon as we move, all of these are going to become aggressive towards us and you can't protect against them. Although I can probably still do Steel Skin, I would guess, so we'll have that ready. But we only need to kill one of them, so as soon as we start moving, we can just kind of try and get these guys caught up over here. We want to pull this guy a little bit first, and then safe spot them all here. And we're good to go. We'll kill him and get out of here. Fairy Tale Part 2 completed. We are just going to continue going down the list, and the next one is King's Ransom. Another quick, easy one down. Whoa, 33,000 defense experience for that too. That's kind of crazy because that did not take long at all. These experience quests are even easier than the intermediate ones. At this point, I'm ready to take a break from questing and get back to doing some Slayer. Jeez, look at after this update, the amount of people standing on one tile. It's so much. There's people standing right next to me here, and they aren't even, they're like, look at that. They like load in for a second and then they're gone because there's just so many people to load in. There's people like everywhere. This is crazy. I think one thing I'm going to really start pushing for, not that this is anything new, but I'm going to keep pushing Slayer really hard and try and just get tasks that it's easy to do magic for, because I want to get up to level 72 magic so we can get the reanimate spell for some of these higher ones. We still can't do the dragon ones, unfortunately, until level 90 magic, so that's out of the cards before 70 prayer, but this will be a decent chunk, so I kind of want to get this out of the way before I commit to getting too many more dragon bones, just to whittle away at how many of these I still have to get at this point. You guys haven't seen all of it, but we've been doing Slayer for about the last 2.5 days here, and we just got a Turoth task, which I'm excited for. One, for all the herb drops, and also the leaf-bladed weapon drops we could get. With that being said, though, I haven't killed that many, and these drop a bunch of herbs. So I just looked up what level you needed again for the herb sack, because last time we went to go get it, we didn't have the level. We now have the herbler level to get the herb sack, so I think I'm going to go take a little detour after this trip, do some farming, and get the herb sack. This will be nice too, because I think we should be able to get up to 61 farming so we can start doing snape grass farming. So a lot of big things happening here. Oh, you don't need... Oh my gosh. This entire time I've been clicking my watering can to water these, and you just have to click them. I've literally done hours and hours of tithe farm manually clicking my water can the entire time. Jeez. I think this is going to be the first time that I successfully get the 6 rows going at a time. If I can get to the first one in time, we should be able to get all of them. It's going to be close. Come on. Oh, never mind. We're like 1 tick off still. Okay, so I'm marking out tiles to where if I'm tick perfect, I can make sure to maximize the distance I travel as long as I properly click tiles here to make it a little bit easier to hopefully get the 6 rows. But if it ends up being too hard, I might not stick to this, but we're nerding a little too hard on the tithe farm here, as you can probably tell. Well, we've done a few practice rounds. They didn't go great, but I feel like I'm starting to get the rhythm of trying to get this down where we do perfect tile movement so that we don't waste ticks, and I think I'm feeling confident that we can get it this round. This clip here, I am just finally getting my first successful run of this 6-row system, and right after this clip I actually learned by looking up at the wiki that there is a better way to do this, where you get the 1 plant on the far south side as well to make it 25 plants you can get in one go. So after this, I actually switched to doing that method. My 25 by 4 pattern. You can see now I have some of these highlighted lightly green. Those are ones that I don't actually have to manually click the ground to make sure that I path as efficiently as possible. As long as I click the fruit, it'll just path me right there. I still like having it there because sometimes my brain wants to click on every single one that I'm going around, so it's just kind of there just for when my brain forgets what to do. But it does make it a little bit easier with the clicks. I would like to point out, if you're trying to learn this method, I didn't rip this off of the wiki or anything because they use a different pattern. But really, you could use kind of a bunch of different patterns as long as you are being efficient in your movement, so you're not wasting time moving one tile, you're always running, and you're not going backwards or anything like that. So for me, this layout, I guess, works best for me, but I mean, you can really set it up whatever works best for your brain. But yeah, it really makes the tithe farm go by quick if you don't mind really paying attention and doing a lot of clicking. I know a lot of people hate tithe farming and just talk about how click intensive it is, and I used to hate it as well. But once you kind of change your mindset to just being a really click intensive thing and think of it as a way to train for later content, that your clicks are going to have to be really efficient and you're going to have to understand the pathing a lot. To me, it just makes it a lot more bearable. Well, 1, knowing I'm getting great XP rates an hour, and 2, just trying to focus on the fact that this is just practice for later on when the clicks are going to matter, because, you know, doing this long enough, just the muscle memory, you're going to start understanding where your guy's supposed to move, you know, how the whole tick system works. So that's just a little, you know, tip and trick here to kind of help with some of these more nuanced grinds. If you can turn them into a way to train for later game content, for me, it just really helps my brain not mind it as much. Like, I don't mind tithe farm when I'm doing this 25 by 4 method. Well, almost 300 I think should be enough to get the herb sack. So let's see. There's one turn in. Oh yeah, definitely going to be enough. That's already enough. So let's go get it. How many? Oh my gosh, that's so much experience. That's definitely not accurate. I took a bunch of breaks and didn't log out. But up to 64 farming experience, and we can go get the herb sack. I'm somewhat debating just staying for the whole outfit, but I don't know yet. We'll see. For now, definitely need this herb sack because these Slayer runs are going to be much easier, especially the Turrets. I'll be able to store all of the herbs now. Well, we are coming to the end of the week, so I think this is where I'm going to have to end this episode. I'm happy to have mastered the Tithe Farm and get the herb sack here at the end of the episode. Whenever I get around to doing more of it, I will quickly knock out the farmer's outfit now that I got that down, so I'm excited for that. It is a little bit of a shorter episode, even though we did get a lot done, but that's because a lot of the Slayer grinds were just uneventful and there wasn't really much to show. But we did almost get base 70 melee combat stats. I'm sure we will get there next episode, and our range and magic aren't lagging too far behind now either. Next episode I'm sure will be a ton of the same, more Slayer, knocking out a few of the quests that we have left, which are not many at this point. And also, hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe next episode is the one we could finally finish off this Slayer grind. Before we sign out, let's go ahead and see where we ended on the high scores for this episode. 27,864, so we broke the 30,000 point. That feels good, and it feels like we are still going down the leaderboards pretty quickly, so I'm pretty happy about that. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope we see you guys next time.